What's up, Studio K and K-Town friends? It is 2017, and we are so thrilled and excited to jump head first into this year. We are treating this weekend almost like the first weekend of the month because there were so few kids with the new year last week. But we expect a ton of families to be back this week. A lot of people's New Year's resolutions might be to get back into church. So we just expect that this week will be a huge week back and moving forward into the spring. Just all of those kids that we may have seen kind of fall off towards Christmas, they'll all be back this week moving forward. So just if you could all be here on time and ready to go with lots of energy, ready to greet our kids and have a great experience with them, that would be amazing. Again, we have our Life app of knowledge, which is super fun. We get to teach our kids what true knowledge is and what God's word is, and those types of things that they should keep inside their hearts and inside their minds. So it's a really fun month for us as we jump into 2017. We also have our memory verse, which is from Psalms 119, and it tells us that your word is like a lamp to my feet. It guides me and shows me the way to go. So even for us as adults, that is just such an important concept for us to know and to just really treasure in our hearts, that it's God's word really that guides us and leads us. So I just ask that you would pray through that throughout this month and really just be ready to talk with your kids about it. We have a team night coming up that I wanted to share with you before we jump into our curriculum. Team night is going to be January 27th, and it's actually going to be another off-site team night where all of the locations come together, and there'll be a great message and a time of celebrating you, and Pastor Matt will be casting vision. So please put that on your calendars, and you should receive an invitation to that really, really soon. We have live storytelling this week in both K-Town and Studio K, again, because we are kind of treating this as the first weekend of the month. Important for you hosts and also for you production team. Please be sure you read through the entire story, even the Bible story, storyteller's part, because you have a part in knowing exactly what to do throughout the story. So host, you will be holding up cue cards throughout the story, and it's important you know your cues. And then the production people, you're going to have a few cues there that you'll need to know. So please make sure that you're looking for your roles in the entire large group lesson. As far as small groups go, K-Town, I just want to touch on a few things for you because some of them, the wording on the lesson is a little confusing. Your first activity is actually similar to like a memory game where they have the two cards and they'll flip them over and see if they match. And if they match, then they get to take the cards. And at the end of that, there'll be two separate puzzles for the groups to start assembling, and it should be Jesus at the temple. So just so you know, you'll have two of each card that they'll have to match up in the memory game and then make the puzzle afterwards. So I hope that brings some clarity to that one. Your activity 2 is your brain power activity, and the sheet that the kids will be holding will have a hole in it. The sheet will represent the kids' brains, and then you, as the small group leader, will be tossing in little balls that will represent things that the kids either want to keep in their brain or bounce out of their brain. So if it's something they want to keep in the brain, they'll work together to move that ball into the hole, which will represent, keeping it into their brain. And then if it's something bad, that like lying or something like that they want to get rid of, they'll work together to bounce that ball up and out of the sheet, which will be similar to a parachute. Studio K, you have your first activity, which is the kids retelling the story by kind of acting it out, and you'll have a guideline, like a script that you'll read, and each kid will be one of the parts and they can act that out. So it's just a review of the story, and then you have your normal funnel of questions, or you can review the story and also apply it to the kids' lives, and then also your memory verse activity, something that you're all familiar with, and hopefully you'll spend some time on that one so the kids really know and understand their memory verse for the month. So if you have any questions, reach out to your coaches or let me know. Otherwise, I will see you on either Saturday or Sunday at 30 minutes before the service starts. I'll see you then. Have a great rest of your week.